Good morning. How you going?
Nice background.
Good morning.
What's up?
Cody, how are you?
Doing really well. I feel great. How about yourself?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Look, it's been a while since we've seen you here in Australia. You must be excited.
Really excited because the way it ended was so sad.
It was right before we all shut down, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were supposed to continue into another tour. And I remember we didn't know what was happening or what was going to happen because we weren't in the States for a while. So we had an Airbnb that we just kind of stayed at. But it was kind of nice because you got to go out, explore a little bit. And we went to a grocery store and made everybody dinner. And we kind of lived there for 4 or 5 days and just waiting to see what was going to happen with the world. And so our last run before the pandemic was Australia. So yeah, so it's nice to be able to come back.
Now, tell me, how did the tour with You Meet Six come about? Have you been out with them before?
No, so we've known about each other for a long time, and sorry, sometimes I get ahead of my tongue, but we played the same festival as them, Slam Dunk, and got to meet them in person, and really kind of hit it off with them. They're just the nicest guys, and we've always had nothing but love and respect for them. And the opportunity got brought up, and we were on their list, and they happened to want to bring us out, and we just really lucked out. So we're really, really appreciative of them bringing us out here.
Yeah, look, I'm a huge You Meet Six fan, so I thought I would do my due diligence and check you guys out before you got here. And
Well, thank you.
and now I'm literally obsessed.
Oh,
Um,
yay.
I just find that even for myself in my 50s, I'm still finding new bands and enjoying new music. It's just fantastic.
I love that. And it's so important. I feel like people talk about, once you get to 30, then you shut off all new music. I don't think that's true. I think you can get past that. You got to search for it. And I really appreciate that you gave us a shot and that you like us. Thank you.
Well, I'll be putting it out to everybody, don't worry.
Please. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, look, of late, you've been playing some huge festivals. There was Rock for the People and Download.
Mhm.
They were enormous crowds. It must have been crazy times for you.
Oh my God. It was unbelievably exciting because that's what you want. You want to play, you want to grow your band and play the biggest headline shows that you can, but also a great way to do that is by playing those festivals and earning your keep and putting your name out there and just trying to put on the best possible show. And that's what I think is great about festivals is everyone is doing their absolute best to make people go home thinking about them. And so everyone's just putting on the best show they possibly can. And that's what I love. And that's what I think fuels us is we want people to go home with stories. We want people to go home with memories of the Set It Off show. And I think we did a good job of it. And I'm excited to go back and see where it leads for next time.
Look, I really think you did a good job because I was reading some of the comments on your Facebook post, and there was people saying they'd never seen you before, and yet you were their favorite of the day. And
Oh
there's some
man.
pretty big names on those
Yeah.
those tours. So that must just be, so heartwarming for you.
It really is, especially since we've been doing this for 15 years. It means a lot that people are feeling what we're doing and that we're starting to, get maybe a little bit more recognition. It's really gratifying.
Well, I did see on YouTube the podcast Where Are All My Friends, and you were chatting about initially when you started out, and you turn up and play shows to literally 0 people, and
Oh
now
yeah.
you're looking out at thousands and thousands of people, and
Yeah.
just looking how far you've come. Is it still a bit of a pinch me moment for you?
100%. And I always try to make sure I take my time to remember those beginning days so that I can fully value where we are right now. Cause I never want to get used to this. I always feel like, so I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's what fuels me is I like to live in those moments, like that set it download and really take it in and be like, we just did that. That's incredible. And then we're like, okay, now that's now the bar. And now we have to keep raising it. And now we need to come back to download and be on, a bigger stage or something like that. Like we want to keep growing. So I think that's what's always helped set it off is that whether we were playing to 0 people or thousands of people, we're always hungry, but we're still very much appreciative of where we are in that moment and appreciative of where we came from because we used to have nobody cared about us. So it's really something to really be able to see what things are turning into now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I must ask, you play a gazillion instruments, let's be honest. There's not many you don't play.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your go-to for you?
Well, I haven't been able to play like a rock song on drums recently. I played drums before in our set where it was for this song called Bad Guy, but it's super easy, just cut. But this was like I played Hypnotize, which by the way we'll be doing when we go to Australia, and we're gonna bring Max up to the front. He's gonna sing Hypnotize, and I'm gonna play drums. But I love playing that song because it reminds me of 13-year-old me when I first got my drum kit, and I was playing along to like Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, and I'm like, it's like a full rock song. I'm doing like drum fills, and it's a blast. So drums is up there, and a weird other answer is clarinet because that's what I pursued, and I feel like that's the instrument I'm the best at, like including singing, and I just really love whenever I get the opportunity to kind of like sit back and play some classical music. It's just it's kind of cathartic. And I just love what that instrument can do. It's really versatile. It can be loud and abrasive and kind of like Dixieland jazz, or it can be soft and gentle and emotional. So I think clarinet will probably be my favorite.
It's really interesting, isn't it, that you've started playing with your mum and dad playing clarinet, and how
Yeah,
it just progresses into drums, and then I'll have a bit of a sing, and then I see you on your Insta and you're on your keys, and yeah, it's
yeah.
just yeah,
That's
fantastic.
probably the one I'm the worst at is keys. I always have to. I swear to you, this is a true story. I didn't own a keyboard before when we were about to go on tour for the first time and play Miss Mysterious. This is like 2014, so I had to go to. This might even been actually later than that. This might have been for Unopen Windows, but I had to go to a Guitar Center. There's a music store out here, and pretend that I was shopping for keyboards. And I had to put in an earpiece to like listen to the parts I was learning, and I learned how to play the song for live at a music store because I didn't have one. I have one now. It's
Oh,
not a full-fledged thing, but it's like a MIDI keyboard, so it works now.
now you've just recently had your Punching Bag, Win Win, both amazing singles. You're still writing anything at the moment, or how's that
Oh
balance
yeah.
with all these festivals?
Oh yeah. So as soon as we realized we were going independent, I went right into writer's mode, and I have a lot of fun doing it, but I also treat it like I need to be filling my time. I did a trip to Nashville for a whole week and just did like 7 straight days of writing out here. I was in LA and wrote with two of my good friends, John Lundeen and Zach Jones. Who Zach Jones is who we did like Barbie and Ken with. So like obviously I knew how to get great chemistry with him. And and they each got a song. So Punching Bag was John, and almost gave a song away. Punching Bag was John, and Win Win is Zach.
Come on, give
And
us a little
I
bit.
know. So saying that, we have 2 songs on deck, and then as soon as I get more free time, we're going back in, and I'm gonna just create a catalog of songs, and we're just trying to beat each song in each moment. And so far, what's great is the 2 songs that are on deck was the hardest debate to figure out what should come out next because we love them both equally, and they're both great for different reasons. So we're just having a really good time, and I feel like we're the best version of us that we've been. So I'm excited to keep writing like this. It's a blast. It's an absolute blast.
Is the writing split between all of you, or are you predominantly doing the writing?
I'm the writer in the band, and it's kind of always been that way since like the band first started. It was just me in my dorm room with my acoustic guitar, and I would always do it like that. And then I discovered the co-writing, and I love co-writing because there's other people who just focus on that are just writers, and you get to. First, here's the thing. The truth is, when I first did co-writes, I was very protective and nervous about it because I was like, well, it has to be all me. Otherwise, it's not all set it off, and it's stupid and immature. And I had to kind of take a step back and be like, this is the only form of private lesson that exists for songwriting. There's no great classes. There's some now about producing, but there's no great classes. No better class than to write with other people because everyone's brain works differently. So when I'm in a room and if someone were to play 4 chords for me and I were to walk out and with those 4 chords, which I do it all in the same room, but I'm saying hypothetically, if I were to walk out and make up a melody and you had 20 other people do the same thing with those 4 chords, we're all going to come back in and have 20 completely different melodies. And that's what's exciting about it. Whether it be the lyric idea or the melody idea, we're all thinking differently, and it allows you to kind of adapt that mentality that you maybe didn't have before, and you grow continually by doing that. So that's our favorite way to do it. I find people that I love. For me, what's important is people that I can call a friend that I would love to hang out with outside of this, so that there's already that chemistry there. And I'll like bring in other friends that I do hang out with, and just we'll get in a room together and just it's fun. And that's what's most important is it's fun. I think that the best advice you can have for any sort of facet of if you want to do a team building thing is surround yourself with people that are good at their job, but are also amazing to be around. And you can't fail like that.
Absolutely. I will give you a little heads up before you get here. It is absolutely freezing here in Melbourne at the moment.
I heard
So-
it is rough, and I wasn't going to be prepared for that. I was going to be bringing like a sleeveless shirt like an idiot, but
So yeah, I know you're
coat.
just coming into your summer now, but please pack some winter woolies because you are going to need them. It is
I will.
literally freezing.
I'm going to layer up. You're not going to be able to see my face on stage. You're just going to be.
Well, look, we cannot wait to see you in Australia. For me, it will be in Melbourne, and I will be up there in the front row giving you a little wave.
Oh, good.
Thank you so much for the chat today, Cody, and we will see you here in a few weeks.
So see you in Melbourne. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, lovely. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks so much.
I'll get this to you ASAP.
Thanks
Thank
a lot. Have a
you.
great day.
Thank you.
Bye.